Regardless of which episode this is, I need to put some hours in at Hueycoatl, or we're gonna just keep skirting around the Tome of Earth, and we'll be stuck like this forever. So before we even get to our poll, let's at least reach 100 kills. If you're new to the channel, why are we even here? Just go complete Recipe for Disaster, wear your Barrows gloves, and move on with your life, buddy. Well, I can't, because this is Lorebound, our restricted Ironman. He's unable to gather, refine, or interact with anything unless the game tells him through dialogue, books, or other in-game text. Right now, we need the Tome of Earth, which we voted on and set as a punishment drop requirement in order to bend our rules just a little bit to use the Earth Blast spell once to defeat Chronozon, because that spell is not mentioned anywhere. As expected, our 100 kills was without reward, but we still need to get the numbers in anyways. Back at the polls, let's look at what nefariously long and dreadful grind we're about to get ourselves into this week. Oh, it is by far the most reasonable one. Cool. Having gone through the entire tutorial of Barbarian Assault on a previous episode, it's available for us to conquer, and our prize today is the Fighter Torso, a significant upgrade to our strength bonus and thus our DPS at Huey, which at this time is quite important because sometimes we get loot, and other times I'm grouped with 10 Torva-wearing Dragon Hunter lance-crushing barbarians who shred through Huey's health faster than I can eat a bowl of noodles. And I'm a big guy, that's pretty fast. Now what do we need to purchase the Fighter Torso? Well, 375 points in each roll. That equates to maybe 8 runs, give or take, I think. So let's just buckle down, form a big ol' party as I lock into my first roll, the healer, along with Mr. Whooper, our attacker, Commander Jin, the collector, 6th of October 2021, not suspicious at all, our defender, and Harold, the second healer. So it turns out 2 healers and a low-leveled attacker is barbarically slow, so we actually end up swapping to attacker soon after to speed up these earlier rounds. A lot of time spent just casually waiting around, chilling with the boys on the cannon mound. So anyways, this is what I learned. Not all teams are created equal. Me and Maple Shortbow over here are hardly the ideal attackers. Our collector, rocking a Din's Bulwark, became an integral part of the team, tanking a large amount of damage that otherwise would have penetrated my flimsy rune armor. Our defender either really didn't like using the right food, or our healer was high as a kite, calling at the wrong times, who can tell. Eventually though, we did make it to wave 10 and I swapped back over to healer because goodness knows, I was pretty low on health on wave 9, and also not getting healing, so we ain't making it with just one healer. So can you guess how wave 10 went? Yeah, there was some major miscommunication. People didn't know their roles. I needed to run back to the fountain because MF Whooper was actively dying at all times, and this is a big but. We did manage to get through it all in a timely 35 minutes and 32 seconds. That's an ouch. As a reward for my perseverance, I quickly alked a bunch of... okay, so maybe not quickly, I was still on my lunar spellbook. Ended up alking some of our Hueycoatl adamant plate body drops, and bought ourselves a granite body, boasting a meaty defensive increase over the rune plate body. On the flip side, the thing weighs like 23 kilos instead of 10, so, you know, give and take. Round 2, we get, I guess we were too slow for his liking. Time to reset. Round 3, we got 2 big boys on attacker. Heck, they are all actually really high. I was clearly the weak link in this comp. Yeah, and I don't think these guys are going to take a break to swap one of themselves to healer, so I better just bite the bullet and level my healer skill to 2. I would say that is a significant improvement. Another round and oh boy, we have a super smart attacker. Good thing we had enough eggs. Oh, dang, we got a really low level guy with us now. Advisor Junior, man, I hope I can keep him topped off during the final levels. Am I a level 3 healer now just because I felt a little nervous about healing this guy? Probably, yes. Wow. Okay, well, despite that being a really high-stress run with the low guy, that was actually my best time yet at 24:27. And so we run it back. I also may be a level 5 healer now. Shh, don't tell anyone. I hear healers are of a short supply sometimes. Dang! 1951, this is getting better and better. 1927, again. What a banger round. I ended up swapping to defender because I had long reached my healer requirement, and level 5 for some reason. Oh, and the low-leveled guy decided to use us for his torso and then just bounce. Cool. Nice. Holy heck, is that Hunter Woot? So, he's a subscriber, comments occasionally on the channel, which, by the way, you guys should also do from time to time. Get on that, click that button if you haven't already. So, yeah, Hunter Woot decided to absolutely chat it up and was here with us for the rest of our grind. So let's see how that went. First attempt, our healer decided to become vegetative. We did not survive. Okay, considering the dead round and the vegetative healer, it was not the worst run of the day, so let's get her done a little bit better. Oh, sweet Sarah Doman, that is a 21-minute run. That is quite an improvement here. We got our defender and healer points. Let's clean up our board. Oh wow, this is actually the first time seeing an attacker with the best in slot damage gear, and yeah, magic shortbow spec into Venator bow makes for some pretty light work of these guys, to say the least. Another clean 20-minute run. Attacker is all clear, only collector to go. And a neat 24 minutes to clean up our last required run. This should give us just enough points, yep, to buy ourselves the big one, the fighter torso. Or Penance Torso in the shop. Shockingly, slightly different name, but thanks to our context clause, that matters very little. Collection log confirmed. This is a new, beautiful unlock for us. Comparing the stats of the granite plate, not only is it way lighter, but the slash bonus is shockingly also one higher as well, which is pretty neat, and is likely going to be our best in slot body armor for some time. Of course, we thank Hunter for all of his help, and then we're off to... Wait a second. Hunter's gonna go gamble some points and... he pulls it out of our hands and rewards you, eh? Well, I'm not entirely certain what's on the drop list, but that could be kind of interesting, and I mean, while Hunter's here, screw it. I'm down for one more round. Let's get some gambling points. I really want to confirm the dialogue boxes for myself. Now, of course, we're a level 5 healer, so it only seems right that we push through the 500-point margin with our healing capabilities. 21-27. Okay, not bad at all today. So, let's see what this gambling is all about. Oh, it's a show. All right. I get 75 mahogany planks. Well, if that was locked, which it wasn't, it would definitely count as a mention. Now, Hunter Woot did get a dragon bone drop, so it seems like we may have just found ourselves a way to not have to be limited to big bones for our prayer grind, which is really solid information. I'm glad we took the extra 20 minutes to do this. I also don't know if the low or medium gambles have anything we really need besides the dragon bones, and that was done with a high gamble, so maybe take a peek in the comments down below. Tell me if there are any Barbarian Assault rewards, along with the tier of gambling required to unlock it, that could potentially crack us open as an account, or at least give us a gear upgrade. I mean, like, besides a dragon chain body. I know that already exists. Alright, back to the Huey grind, now with our sexy six-pack abs. Okay, kill 106, and I'm starting to realize more and more that Huey kills are not all the same. If I'm killing Huey between, say, 4 and 8 p.m. my time, the world is always at max capacity, 20 out of 20 people, and a lot of them are filled with Dragon Hunter Lance max accounts. Sub 60-second runs ultimately mean I am not getting a chance for those rare drops, so we gotta not only time our kills in accordance to the business of the day, but also the fluctuations of max versus normal players. Cool. So I guess that means it's another break time for me. Oh, dearest condemned 684. Yes, I have seen your comments. Yes, I know you want me to get the obsidian cape. No, it is not helpful, considering we need strength right now over defense. Yes, it could be helpful at perilous moons. No, we're not doing that right now, so I will keep this in mind, and if I ever have a strange desire to buy crap loads of chaos runes and then sell them for Dokol, which is currently locked by the way, we'll then go for a bit of an adventure at that time. But for now, it's a bit of a dead end. I briefly considered doing some Maskna Slayer to roll a Shades task, after skipping out of that Hellhound task, of course, that we got stuck on, but I soon found the idea unbearable. So what? I guess I go back to the Hueycoatl? Okay, so I have a sneaking suspicion that we're wasting hard clue scrolls not doing them right now. And considering we're 5 levels away from those blue Dragonhide Vambraces, it seems quite a pity that I can't just power through 1 level and boost up, because of course getting a +4 is so much easier than a +5 boost. Okay, I beg to differ. I one and done that boost. I made a couple. just in case. This is actually by far our best in slot ranged glove slot, so I mean, this is a big bonus for us. We buy the iron plate body from Horvik and prepare for, yep, this is a wilderness clue. Now, I was expecting a double agent, but we got nothing here. And so we proceeded to complete our clue scrolls. Oh, well, crap. So these are collection log items, which we do not have. We can get these items by, you guessed it, completing hard clue scrolls. So this is the truest definition of a dead-end clue. Opening our second clue scroll, oh, this couldn't honestly be more conveniently placed. That is the Lumbridge basement. And that, where is that? Of course it's the wilderness. Why wouldn't it be the wilderness? Die, Zamorakian scum! Now let's see, where is this one? Crap. Fortunately, I do have a pity easy clue that I could probably complete, so let's see what our consolation prize is. Oh, it's just one of those days, huh? Look, even this random guy, Giminus, agrees. Firelighters are the worst. Now, with all these gear upgrades and a lot of time having passed, I realized that there's a special someone who we've kind of neglected for some time. Another detour that we couldn't win before because of our lack of DPS, but I feel like the training and the items that we now have could now be the remedy that we need. We're of course talking about Scurius. I have been super curious if we can kill him, and I seriously needed a change of pace at this point, so I was going for one kill, just one kill, and then we're gonna go from there. Now, upon arriving and forgetting Protect Melee, it became noticeably visible that yes, we are not only hitting far higher, but far more often than our previous attempt. Likely because of the Dragon Defender. The healing phase still spooked me a little, but we were able to whittle him down regardless. After all the Hueycoatl prayer flicking, this felt like a holiday. After clearing out the rat mobs once and seeing how much Scurius healed while we fought those rats, I thought perhaps it might be best for us just to tank the mob rat damage, and so we did, and it worked way better than just killing them. Now, if I had a bone weapon, of course, I'd pop them all, but each rat currently adds another 4 ticks of not hitting Scurius, and another heal that he was getting off. So yeah, we continue, we get to the final phase, and this was in the bag. With one last strike, the Rat King falls. Ah, okay, well, never lucky. I also thought that rats despawned, but they do not, which is kind of neat. Okay, procrastination station is about to depart. Time to pull up our cuffs and get back to the Huey farm. Never lucky. Never. Holy balls, we got something. It's the least useful something, but that is our first actual unique drop. Wow. And this drop reinvigorated me so much. Not only were masses super easy, but we did indeed have and could get uniques here. This was the proof I needed. Oh, and I might as well get this out of the way. Huasca seeds, while I can't find the original first drop footage, it's on the collection log and is one of the very few seeds we're actually able to plant, given the ability to rake patches and the associated farming level that is. Now, at 137 kills, I decided to switch it up a little bit and go on some solo runs. At this time, I wanted to push myself. I thought I knew the boss pretty darn well. We attempted it with sharks last time, so now I was going all the way down to swordfish, and I set my eyes on trying to beat Huey without using the emergency prayer potion in our bottom right inventory. Now, I could give you a good old back and forth play on what happened during this solo run, but I'm actually planning on making a quick guide for both solo and group encounters for the Hueycoatl. Probably turn it into a short or something so it doesn't clog up our regular uploads though. I mean, can you blame me? After seeing time and time again people getting manhandled by the tail slam mechanic, it's not only my right, but it feels like my duty to help people overcome this boss. Now, of course, when I finished that kill, I ran it back with mostly salmon, which I didn't only just crush, but I got a whopper of a drop, 20 Huasca seeds, which is not only my first drop worth higher than the steel ring, but by a large margin, over double what the steel ring was worth. But I was not done there. I ran it back again. I removed our safety prayer potion, and I went for a salmon-only run. Now, I'll be real here, I got a little bit nervous at around the halfway mark. I messed up one mechanic and got slapped hard and absolutely started mulching through my supplies because it rattled me enough that I was kind of shaken and wasn't able to focus back in for a bit. The chip damage being only 1 or 2 damage you think wouldn't be that big of a deal, but after 30 minutes, it really began to add up. Fortunately, after a clean tail slam phase, I was able to clutch up and survive with a single salmon remaining. Did I try trout next? No. It was starting to get dark out, so I began scripting out the episode, went to bed, and expected fully for the episode to end right here. But I woke up the next morning with an oddly strong urge to try out live streaming. I did say that once we hit 1,000 subscribers, I'd give it a shot, and so despite some initial complications and some rather brisk transitions, like I was able to stream. And not just stream, but this was my first. Now, I originally thought, I probably won't include all too much footage from a live stream in my video. At least that's what I thought going into it. However, there were some rather important things that may or may not have gone down while we were live. Click, click. See, look at that. That's the special spot right there. It allows you to do perfect wave skipping of it. Whoa, whoa, ho, ha, ha. Ha! Hide drop! Ha 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 ha! Baby, here we go! Look at that! We got a drop! If any of you are familiar with the Swampletics series. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh, we got it! Holy cow! We got it! No way! It's over! It's over! Oh my gosh! We're done! We're done! It happened! On the first stream, oh my gosh. Send this to Behe, I don't care. Oh, wow. Oh my gosh, we got it. We got the Tome of Earth. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, we can move on! Of course, dopamine coursing through my veins, I decided to keep the party going for a little bit. Oh yeah, baby, we decided to finish the family Crest quest live. After gearing up, we headed to the wilderness live. And before you ask, yes, I did enter to change my world and turn private to off so nobody could snipe me in the wilderness. We met Chronozon, cycled through all 4 spells. Earth and fire were relocked, and the final Crest segment was acquired. And we victoriously returned, Crest in hand, to complete our quest and to receive the steel gloves, which we immediately turned into the goldsmithing gloves. Sated and happy with our accomplishments for the live stream, we looked onwards to the only quest lying between us and the Recipe for Disaster quest, the Legends quest. Little did I know we were about to embark on a whole new definition of roadblock, but in the meantime we decided to get our thieving up to 50, which is a requirement for the Legends quest, so while I pick some fruit in the background, we're gonna have a little voting session. What about? Well, once Recipe for Disaster is complete, which I wholly expect for next episode, we're likely going to do Legends quest up to the point in which I think we might get stuck, and then we'll do the final quest for Recipe for Disaster, kill the Culinarimancer, and then be free. Sort of. We're rocking quite a few incomplete quests, and the whole premise behind RFD was that because it was incomplete, we were going to try to complete it before moving on to other quests. Of course, all of these quests were either on a tangent of trying to complete RFD, or were to unlock areas for clue scrolls, which again, also sort of tangent to unlocking RFD because we wanted gear, so now we've got a little bit more to clean up, but in what order? Option 1, Fairy Tale Part 2 Kira Queen and the ever-delayed farming search. We will find a way to unlock raking, even if it kills us. Option 2, start with the access quests, Giant Dwarf and Icthalaren's Little Helper. We started these quests because it allowed us into these areas, but they are 99% incomplete, so the story is gonna pick up basically right at the start. Option 3, the Oops quests. The Rag and Bone Man and Recruitment Drive fall within this category as quests we thought were leading us on the right path, a Cake Tin or Achievement Diary task unlock respectively, but ended up not being the case. And option 4, Grind Length. shortest to longest. Some quests, like the Giant Dwarf, could take half an hour, something like that, whereas one particular mini quest, namely his faithful servants, could take hundreds of hours. So let's pick apart the easy ones, and then we can narrow down the next goal at the end of our next episode. Or two. I really can't tell how the pacing is going to be yet, as I have no idea how hard it's going to be to do the Legends quest and RFD. So there you have it. One of the most achievement-dense episodes we've ever had in Lorebound. Aside from the beekeeper's outfit for the Black Candle and the steel ring from the deranged archaeologist, this has been our longest time grind. And I just want to thank you all for being on this journey with me. Thank you so much for watching. And a special shout out, of course, goes to our High Alchemy channel members. Ahumaya, Harry Enjoys Ducks, Rivacious, Nantuko Avatar, and One Green Fig. We've also immortalized Matt on the Walk of Fame, as I'm able to keep physical records of all the super chats you send while I'm either live streaming or in the comments. And yes, Ahumaya, I realize you also sent a super chat, but I can't really start double dipping on the shoutout Walk of Fame, or this bridge would fill out far too soon. Not that that would be a bad thing, of course. Thanks again, friends, for watching. Hope you're having a fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next one. Toodles!